Am I going to find him an extension or flexion?
Most likely flexion.
In reality, the one we had here on campus was an extension. And his hand was rotated a little bit, and he's like, I can't straighten it. Obviously, he had tried, but it was very painful. All right. Part of the reason he was an extension was because of the associated elbow dislocation he had. All right. I may find him like this. In this case, I don't move the extremity away from the body to get my ties in place. Because I found him this way, I know that I cannot use a roller bandage. I instead have to use the triangular bandages. So I'm going to come in, and I'm still going to check CMS. Now, since it's his elbow, I can very easily check radial pulse. Much easier on him than on her. Because if I'm going to check her radial pulse, I'd better tell her where I'm putting my fingers. Because it's too easy today for people to have a misperception about what's happening. Yes, definitely called CYA yourself.
Covering your ass. Come on. Give it the game. I need to do that right now.
Come in at the wrist. Tell your patient, ladies, now you're starting to take the place of the guys. Nope, don't lift your arm. Use my fingers to work that up underneath his wrist. All right. And I need one up here at the humerus. You can't really go in at the elbow because it's the elbow that's injured. He's going to find that extremely uncomfortable. So what I'm going to do is keep tension on this and bring it back past the elbow and slide it into place. Then I can come back. And again,
That was her fault.
years of playing with this, there's no standard, it's not written anywhere, it's not a must-do, but if you come from the bottom of the wrist up, you're much less likely to stick your finger down the woman's bra, which I have done in lab. Okay? So that can be a tad embarrassing. Board. Where's the board need to go? The elbow's broken, so what do you mean on both sides of the arm? You mean one here and one here?
No, when you did the SAM earlier, you wrapped it around.
Yeah, but I don't want to put anything across that fracture point, remember?
If it was back here on the
Do it at an angle. Radius ulna. Radius ulna humerus needs to be immobilized, right? So radius ulna humerus.
That's
Take
why
that
she needs a
hand and hold
doctor.
it right here. A little bit more down your hand. There you go. Okay.
I'll just be a derf.
Traditionally, this would take 4 triangular bandages. 3 or 4 years ago, a student came in during the practical, and he got to where he had the splint appropriately tied in place. All right. Look toward your right shoulder. Thank you. Why did I have him turn his head?
You didn't whack him.
So I don't smack him in the nose.
He likes that.
Why do I not want any loose ends hanging around? Because it, Murphy's Law go get caught. Skip the rest of them down. Thank you for snacking them back up. I told you it wouldn't do any good.
I want to do it once. I'm joking. All due respect.
She was joking too.
Good. What do you
Don't
Comedy?
come back to the knot, snug it down. If you've got more gaps, snug it down, but do it
Okay.
slowly. So this student on the test got to this point, came around, stood in front of his classmate, and probably stared at the kid 2 or 3 minutes of his 5 minutes allotted time. Okay, this took him like a minute, so he's got a minute or so left. One, how do I put a traditional sling on this? I can't come across the elbow in this case because it would be painful. So I'd have to put it on so that I make it fairly wide that come up like this. He was stumped. He couldn't remember it. And I watched this kid do this.
Did you laugh?
Seems like a good idea.
Sounds like it. You don't
I
know
stared
That
very
works.
intently, but no, I did not laugh at all, actually.
what- I think it works.
It's better than
I like it.
nothing out of
Because
material.
I'm looking at this going, and that was, he didn't use near as much materials. He can rely on what he readily has available. He came in with this swath. The trick here is to get the swath across both ends of the board. Will you just sit up for me a little bit? There you go. Still get in. Can't a little hard. Look at that. He moved his fingers so I could see that. Can you feel this? Okay. Cover as much of the hand as possible. Is there anything wrong with this? It looked nothing like what was done in the textbook. It looked nothing like any of what you'll see on any of the videos out there. But did the kid think outside the box?
Yeah.
There was no excessive motion. He used materials appropriate to the injury. Imagine what kind of score he got.
Good.
Got an A.
Got a